Society has brainwashed men into believing that being smart is good. Being smart makes you a catch in dating. Because you are such an intelligent guy and perhaps more educated, that women should see you as more valuable. And all of that is wrong. Because being smart does not make you more attractive and it doesn't make you a better catch to women. And there are a lot of psychological reasons why that is the case, and I'm going to break that down for you here in this video. So the first reason why women reject smart men is because you try to reason with women. Because you go on a date and you think that you need to get to know her, to sleep with her. So you exchange information and you ask where she went to school, what she does for work, and all of these logical questions. And because of that, you end up coming off very boring to women. Because for a woman to want to sleep with you, you need to engage her on an emotional level and you need to make her feel something for you and with you. But when you exchange all of that information and when you are so incredibly logical with her, you never get her to that place and she will just say, well, I didn't feel connection after the date, basically. And that's why you should not try to reason with a woman and be super logical and be boring with her. You need to touch her on an emotional level, and that's why you should not have intelligent conversations with women. You should have absolutely dumb conversations with them. Have conversations about things that make absolutely no sense. Make fun of her behavior and what she is doing. Tease her a little bit. Exchange funny anecdotes and funny stories that both of you have. Get her to laugh. Use a sense of humor, because that will get her attracted to you. And in that moment, because she also is engaged emotionally, she is far more likely to become wet for you. So the second reason why women reject smart men is because smart men think that information is the answer in dating. That's why so many smart men, they hang out for hours and hours on YouTube, they binge watch content, and then basically at the end of watching all of that content, they do nothing and they take absolutely no action. Because they think, well, let's watch a few more videos and hope that I will find some silver bullets that will fix my dating life and make me become that confident man that always approaches women and that is super playful and that knows how to charm a woman and all of those questions. Because binge watching content and absorbing information about dating does not make you better at dating. Taking action and doing stuff is what helps you to get a better dating life. But many smart men are not able to actually watch some content and then start implementing and actually take action to get a great dating life, because they use information as a protection shield and they use it to cover up that very often they're just afraid to actually take action. And perhaps a few times you will apply something and you will just look stupid a few times. You will make that approach and the girl will blow you out, or you will say the wrong thing, or you will stumble over your words, or you will take dating app photos and you will look totally ridiculous. All of that is part of the process. You do not put the cart before the horse by first consuming hours and hours and hours of content and hoping for the perfect strategy. No, you always absorb a little bit of information and then you start implementing, and then you take that feedback and you start adjusting what you're doing currently and you start improving along the way. And that's why very often men with below average intelligence, they do not have this problem because they are just not overthinking it. They get a little bit of information. Oh yeah, that sounds good. Let me try all of that. And they start implementing, and then very often what they will see is that, oh, actually these and these things help. And they start to adjust a few things along the way. And before you know it, guys with average intelligence, they actually start crushing it in their dating lives. So the third reason why women reject smart men is because smart men tend to be fearful and they tend to future project. So for example, you tell a smart guy, well, you should approach that girl and just say hi. In that moment, the smart guy will say, well, what if she says no? What if she blows me out? Instead of thinking, well, what could actually go right in that moment? What if she says yes? And they ask all of these logical questions about all of these nightmare scenarios that might play out because they are afraid to actually take action. They think that there is somehow a way for you to get results in your dating life without ever embarrassing yourself or without ever looking stupid a few times. And smart men so often ask these questions because they use it as protection against action. Because in the moment that they do not ask, well, but what if she says no? What if she blows me out? In that moment, they do not have an excuse anymore and they will have to start executing. And asking all of these questions and being so fearful in dating, it never works. Because women can sense that you are a guy that is very fearful and that is always worried about the worst case scenario and that never takes action and that is not confident in himself. And that's why it's important that you start taking action, because you will start to feel more confident in yourself the moment that you start taking action and that you stop overthinking things and that you stop falling for the fallacy that there is such a thing as painless growth, because growth is always going to be painful. So the fourth reason why women reject smart men is because smart men, they tend to have deep chats with women. Because smart men love to talk about all kinds of intellectual topics like politics, like business, the stock market, philosophy, and other intellectual topics. And they think that if they talk with a woman for 5 hours about these intellectual subjects, that they will be closer to sleeping with her. And it doesn't, because all of these intellectual topics, they do not touch her on an emotional level, and therefore she will just see you as a friend. She will think, wow, it's so interesting talking to you. Yeah, you're such a nice friend, without her even feeling any kind of romantic connection with you. And that's why it's so important that you do not have deep chats with women. You need to be able to flirt. You need to be able to have dumb conversations that make absolutely no sense, but that get her to laugh and that make her feel something for you. Because in that moment, she will start to feel attracted to you. Having deep chats with women is only a nice bonus after you're sleeping with her and you already have those very fun conversations that make no sense and that get her attracted to you. Only after that, it's totally fine that you talk with her for 5 hours about philosophy and the stock market and politics and all of that stuff. But you only do that after you have that sexual connection first with her. So the fifth reason why women reject smart men is because smart men do not realize that being smart is just a nice bonus after a woman finds you attractive, not before it. But so many guys, they try to lead with their intellect and show that they are very smart and that therefore a woman should look up to him and find him attractive, and it just doesn't work like that. Women at the end of the day only care how you make them feel, and if they do not feel anything for you, then it doesn't matter that you have a genius IQ and that you know everything about politics and the stock market and philosophy and history and all of these intellectual topics. You should touch a woman on an emotional level, and only after that it's nice that you also have a lot of brain cells and that you are very logical and that you are able to have very intelligent conversations with women. So the sixth reason why women reject smart men is because smart men are addicted to certainty. Because smart men falsely believe that if they just absorb enough information, that eventually they will find the perfect way, they will find the perfect pickup line that will guarantee success. 1 + 1 = 2. So once I have the right inputs, then that girl that I really want, she will like me as well. And it doesn't work like that, because a lot of things in dating, they are random, even if you do everything perfect. Because you will never know when a woman texts you back. You will never know if she feels attracted to you. You will never know if she wants a relationship or just a one-night stand. Everything in dating is uncertain. And smart men, they cannot handle this because they think that there is such a thing as guarantees in life and in dating. And there never is. So you can do as much research as that you want. Yeah, and watch as many YouTube videos about the perfect dating formula, the perfect dating strategy. But all of that is not going to guarantee you a hot girlfriend. And smart men always look for certainty and guarantees in dating. And you can never get this. Because even if you become a world-class playboy and you have an amazing Instagram and you are super handsome and everything is on point, then even most women are still going to reject you. You will have more women as a percentage that will be interested in you. But despite that, you still are going to face rejection. You still are going to need to run the numbers, and that you will need to accept that dating is not an exact science like most things in life. Dating is more of an art form. So the seventh reason why women reject smart men is because smart men can never be present with women. Because smart men, they overthink every single detail. They go on a date with a girl and they ask themselves, oh, like what do I say now? And what does she mean when she says that? How should I behave right now? And does she want me to touch her? And all of these questions, they are constantly up in their head rather than just enjoying the moment with her. And a woman can feel that, and she can feel that you are not present in that date, that you are not calm, that you are not relaxed, and that you are not paying a lot of attention to her, that you are very outcome dependent. And therefore women, they just start to check out and they just do not want to see you anymore after that. And that's why it's so important, especially as a smart man, that you just relax on your date. That you do not ask yourself all of those questions. Oh, what do I say now and what comes next and all of that. Just focus on having a good time with her. Be outcome independent. Yeah, don't put all of these expectations onto her and that you want to sleep with her and share the sheets and that you want to get married and that you want to have a golden retriever and a white picket fence and a nice house with her. Don't think about any of that. Just relax, just enjoy the moment, have a nice conversation, and just see where it leads without any expectations. So that's it, guys. So if you listen to this and you're frustrated with your dating life, I'm open to helping you. You can book a call with me with the link in the bio. I'll help you to achieve the dating life that you've always wanted.